after another week of practice, we had a game coming up against a Division II opponent. And Coach spoke to us during the week and said he was planning on featuring a few players. Now, I'm not really sure what that means, featuring, because going into my sophomore season, I've never been featured ever. Wisconsin didn't feature me, which is part of the reason why I left. But going into this game, on the first series and in the first play, I knew this was just going to be like every other game. I go out for a pass, I make a catch, I get some first downs, I try to go for deep balls, they get tipped away. Just your typical game. So I did everything I could to find a hole in the zone, especially on pass plays, get first downs like I normally do, and try to catch the ball as best I can. Late into the first, coach gave me a screen pass, and I broke it off for 6 yards. The crowd enjoyed it. Also, late in the first, I had an opportunity for a touchdown, and I think I ran the wrong route. Also, coach did give me some carries on the ground, which I just used to pad some of my stats as best I could. In the second quarter, I had a long reception downfield for about 15 yards, and I was stoked. I was excited about it. But I just kept going about my business in this game, getting first downs, putting my team in position to score touchdowns. And late in the second, I did finally run the correct route on the same play again, and I scored a touchdown. It was exciting. But the rest of the game, I was trying to figure out who was being featured here. Was it me? Was it a wide receiver? Was it the quarterback? It was definitely the quarterback, which is probably why I caught so many passes out of the backfield and had the most receptions that game for the year. I also got my first penalty called on me. I was a little frustrated with the fact that I was only catching passes out of the backfield and not running the ball downfield. So I got a block in the back, but coach didn't really mind. He didn't really care at that point. Throughout the third quarter, same thing as the first 2 quarters. Give me the ball, get first downs, catch passes out of the backfield. I did get some more carries late in the third and another carry in the fourth, but after about the 11-minute mark in the fourth, I didn't play the rest of the game, and I was fairly excited. I also had a test coming up. My academic advisor said that they would get me some help, so I did go in, and I did actually do pretty good. But now we come to our first test, and this is a team that I know very well, being at Northern Illinois now as coach. The UTEP Miners. We were in El Paso for a game against UTEP, who had not won at this point in the season against anybody. And we knew it was going to be crazy. The crowd was fairly fired up for this one. Early in the first, we had our first possession late, and the quarterback said, "I missed my assignment, and that's why we got a safety." They gave us a safety. They got us on a sack right away. And film showed I didn't miss my assignment. I just blocked the guy I was supposed to block. Also, I had a screen pass that didn't really go nowhere. Late in the first on our next possession, finally I decided that I was going to take matters into my own hands and just give me the ball and let me roll down field. Rolled off a few big gains with my running ability, gaining 21 yards. I also caught another pass, but this was one of those games where I struggled. After those moments right there, I struggled mightily. I got caught quickly in a screen pass. In another screen pass, I got knocked down nearly in the backfield. It was rough. These fans were letting me have it. They knew that I was too good, that I was good. Coach at that point sat me for about a quarter, and I went in the third quarter to get another screen pass, and finally I broke something open, getting almost the first down. And I was also featured with my run ability, where I tried to just get as many yards as I can, because this was one of those games where they had 3 to 4 guys tackling me constantly. And I struggled. I struggled mightily. They were all over me like flies on... Oh, I can't say that? Okay. But they were all over me constantly. No matter what we did, no matter where I lined up, they had 2 to 3 guys on top of me at all times. This was not like the Division II school that we played the week before. I struggled getting first downs. I struggled doing anything for 2 quarters. Finally, we get a touchdown, and there I am celebrating in the background. I was happy for number 15. It was exciting. But this game was a lot closer than it should have been. We ended up winning. Oh, no. We were going into the fourth quarter 27-25. It was a very close game. We couldn't do much. And it seemed like we just had moments where we couldn't pull away. And the Miners were all over it. On this interception early in the fourth quarter, I tried to get over there to make a tackle, but it didn't really work. But UTEP they stayed in this game, especially for a team that hasn't won all season. In our second possession, after they took the lead with a field goal, I got a screen pass. I rolled downfield as quickly as I could. On the very next play, I had another pass where I was accused of stealing it from my teammate. I made a good block here to open up the field and get a first down on a 3rd down attempt. And then 1st and goal didn't go so well. They kept me out of the end zone pretty good. I finally got close, but didn't score. But it put us up 30-28. This was one of the first games of my career where I didn't score at all, especially at Western Kentucky, because I've pretty much scored. After that, coach pulled me for the most part. He said he was concerned about me getting injured, but we ended up winning 33-28, and this unfortunately was the worst game I've had so far.